Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Ashleen and thank you for clicking on this video. If you've clicked on this video, you may be someone that is struggling with depression right now or feeling really low. And I think that's completely normal anytime, and also like really normal, especially now with what's going on in the world and being in the midst of a pandemic and spending so much time, on our own or at home, or if you don't have anyone else around, it could feel very isolating, and it would make sense why, depressive symptoms or you feeling depressed or, previous patterns of depression would come up for you. So yeah, that's why I wanted to put together this video. I know for me, depression is something that I struggle with. I filmed my mental health journey last week, so if you want to go check it out, I'll link the video somewhere here. But yeah, depression is something that I struggle with. I've experienced many depressive episodes, so through my journey, I've learned, some things that have helped me, and they don't always work because, when you're in a depressive episode, anything and everything can seem, the simplest thing can seem just so hard and feel so hard to do. So yeah, so if you are going through that, I am, I get it. I understand. And you're not alone in it. And yeah, the reason I wanted to put this video together today is to share 3 things that have helped me kind of start initially getting out of a depressive episode. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. So yeah, let's get into those three tips that I have. All right, so the first thing that helps me in my experience with depression is being compassionate towards myself. And I know this can be extremely difficult, whether you are depressed or you're not depressed. It's strange because I think maybe we're all conditioned, or in my experience, I'm conditioned maybe to be more compassionate to other people. But when it comes to being compassionate towards myself, it seems a lot harder, or it's like I forget how to do it. Which is interesting. However, I think compassion and having compassion for myself is something that helps so much, especially when I am in the midst of a depressive episode or feeling really low or down. And not judging myself or beating myself up about, like, for example, staying in bed. Like, I could see and like I could just like imagine how many thoughts that I would have of like judging myself and beating myself up about like staying in bed when I feel depressed. But being compassionate towards myself it takes away the judgment. Compassion to me means the recognition of pain and the desire to want to feel better. And the part of the desire to want to feel better, for me, I find that's the tricky part, because when I'm depressed, I don't want to feel better. For me, it's like I want to stay in that depression. I want to stay sad. I want to stay angry. I just want to stay in it because it just seems easier. But that easier doesn't make me feel better. So compassion towards myself in a depressive episode would look like, if I am staying in bed, just for me, it's just like acknowledging like, hey, I'm feeling really depressed right now. I'm going through something and I feel really sad and low. And if I need to stay in bed because of it, then that's okay. Because, like if I'm feeling so sad and low, why would I want to get out of bed and do fun things or like things, that like I enjoy? Maybe like staying in bed is more comforting for me, which it is. It feels a lot more safer to just stay in bed. So yeah, not judging myself for staying in bed, but rather like seeing it as like, hey, I'm going through something hard, and if I need to stay in bed, then that's what I need to do to help myself feel better. And I know that I won't stay in my bed for the rest of my life. I know eventually it will get better. And I know like when you're in a depressive episode, for me, I know it just like the hope kind of like goes away, and it just feels like I'm gonna feel depressed like forever, which I know is not true. Um, but yeah, when you're just in it, it's so hard to see, the light or like the hope that things will get better, because things will get better. So compassion is the first thing that helps me, and I want to extend that compassion towards you, and try it out if you're going through a depressive episode now or in the future. Try it out. Be compassionate towards yourself. Recognize the pain you're going through, and have a sense or desire or want to feel better, and just drop the judgment and the beating yourself up, and just know that you're human, and whatever you're feeling is completely valid. So the second thing that has helped me is to, if I do have enough motivation, taking baby steps. So taking baby steps essentially to get myself out of bed. So when I'm depressed, I just want to lay in bed and not do anything, not leave my room. So I think taking like the baby steps is important, like just doing one thing, like not like 10 things or like 5 things or even 2 things. Like that could be so overwhelming, especially like when I'm feeling so low and down. So like the simplest things of like literally just like, getting out of bed and just like standing up out of my bed, or like getting out of bed and like looking outside of my window, or getting out of bed and having like a glass of water. Just like these little baby steps to like help me get out of bed and like essentially get my body moving. For me, that's what I found helpful. And you might find it helpful too, because I recognize once I'm out of bed, it's like my body starts moving, and it's like I separate myself from the depression, because I know I'm not my depression. I know it's a lot of thoughts and just like a lot of feelings and like numbing and suppressing of feelings. So when I'm able to like get out of bed and remove myself from like the environment, like staying in bed, it kind of helps me bring in a bit more of the light, a bit more of the hope of like, hey, I'm taking a step to like help myself feel better. Maybe this depression won't last forever. So that's like a second, or like a second tip that I have that helps me in a depressive episode, is to literally take baby steps, the smallest things that I can do, the smallest things that you can do, to just help yourself when you're feeling really low. And the third thing that has helped me is, once I am able to, once I do have like, enough motivations to like get out of bed, and do these little baby step things, setting a routine for myself is something that helps me a lot. And it doesn't have to be like a morning 5 a.m. routine, doing this, and this, and like just like overwhelming myself, because that doesn't help me. But a routine in a sense of like getting out of bed, brushing my teeth, and having some breakfast, or getting out of bed and like sitting outside for a little bit and like listening to some relaxing music right when I get up, or getting out of bed, having breakfast and going for a walk outside, or getting out of bed and having some tea and some breakfast, getting out of bed and meditating, getting out of bed and stretching and having something to eat. So it can literally be like the simplest things, and then having these little like mini routine of like something to get me out of bed is something that I find really helpful, because it like gives me something to like look forward to. Because like for me, what I'm doing right now is I wake up, I meditate, take a shower, and then I have some breakfast, and then I go for a walk. I always look forward to going for my walks in the morning. Of course, if it's safe where you are, go for a walk. If it's not safe where you are, then you can do something else. Or like if you want to get fresh air, if you are able to just like literally stand outside of your door or stand on your balcony, sit there, maybe meditate there, listen to some relaxing music there. When making a routine, include something that you look forward to, or something that you would enjoy, or add some creativity into it if you're a creative person. Maybe some painting, maybe some drawing, maybe some music, playing instruments, singing, knitting, I don't know, there's like so many things, and everyone's different, right? So having something that you look forward to as a part of your routine when you wake up may help you see that, you know, that hopefulness and that enjoyment of, hey, I want to get out of bed because I want to do this thing that I enjoy. So that is the third thing that helps me. So 3 things of compassion, baby steps, and then setting a little mini routine for myself. Those are 3 things that I find help me start getting out of a depressive episode. And even if you aren't able to do any of these things, that is completely okay, because you may need to feel what you need to feel in this depressive episode. And if things start getting really overwhelming when you're depressed or feeling really low or sad, and you feel like you can't handle it, there is always help out there. In my description box below, I have a link to the crisis text line, which is a support system where if you feel really down or low or depressed or even suicidal, you can text them for support, and someone will be there on the other side. And also in the area that you live there, I don't know exactly where everyone lives, but there should be a like a crisis line where you can call, and someone should be there to pick up and, you know, support you and guide you through this hard time. So yeah, I just wanted to extend that to you guys. And if you are going through a depressive episode, feeling really sad or low right now, I just want you to know you're not alone and it will get better. Yeah, so that is my video for today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below. If you yourself have found things that help you get out of a depressive episode, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear like your ideas and your suggestions and stuff like that. That would be super cool. Check out like the work that I do in the world in the description box below. If you want to connect, I would love to connect with you. Send me a DM on Instagram or email me. I would love to chat with you. And yeah, that's all I have for today for you guys. So I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.